Hello, community groups. I hope you guys are enjoying this table series as much as I have. But you know, we're still in it. We're not over with it yet. We have several weeks left. But this week coming up, is talking about the tables and its meals as enacted mission. And when I heard the word mission, and being a missionary, it really excites me, and to dig into that and understand what it really means and what the mission means. A lot of times you want to talk about missions and you want to think about going overseas or even going to Mexico, but you're on a mission. You got to recognize, look at it this way: you're on a mission for God. Now we're going to get on a mission for God, but it's specifically dealing with meals and having meals with people. And when you think about having meals, I bet right now if I told you to think about who you want to have a meal with next week or tomorrow or 3 days from now, you start thinking of somebody within your bubble, your friends, your family, but let's think about outside that bubble. Let's stop keep God in a box. Let's get him out of that box and let's start thinking about it this way. And Luke talks about that in Luke chapter 14, talks a little bit about that. Luke also speaks about having meals with the poor, with the crippled, with the blind, with the lame, the powerless, the vulnerable, tax collectors and sinners. These are the people that Jesus hung out with. And even in James, it talks about the widows and the orphans. These are the people that sometimes we look at and don't even recognize that might be normal and we might be abnormal. Have you ever thought of that? But whatever your thought might be within that, these are the people you need to start thinking about. Maybe I need to interact with some of those people. We're called to follow Christ into a broken world. That's what it's called. We need to follow Christ into a broken world. But Jesus was a friend of sinners. What we like to do is we like to write checks and keep the poor at a distance. We're going to support the mission that's going on in the world, but it's easy just to write a little check, but it's kind of hard for us to step into that realm and get into it. We often maintain boundaries when we offer help to the needy people, and we prepare and serve meals to them, and that's that boundary, right? To the hungry, we keep that boundary going on, but we don't sit and eat with them. How often have you sit and eat with them? How often have you gone, like Thanksgiving, going out to help serve the needy, but did you really spend time and take the time to sit down and eat with them? It's more comfortable for us to cook and clean for them than to sit, eat with them, have a conversation and kind of find out where they're at, what's going on in their lives. And I just want to give you one example of that. I remember being in Mexico and I was there by myself. My wife wasn't there to translate. There's a local family that has a taco stand. I went to the taco stand, and that night they were going to have a big party for one of the owner's brothers. And they invited me to come, and they was going to cook a goat and all day long and just have a big fiesta. And they invited me to be there. And I didn't, they don't speak English. I didn't speak much Spanish. And I told them, yes, I'll be there because I believed in keeping my word. And they were surprised when I showed up. But they felt like it as an honor that I would sit down with these people and have a meal with them, eating goat that I don't even like, but I was there eating it anyway. And it kind of blew their mind. And to this day, they look at me and they say, you know what, you're a brother of ours. That's what it takes. It breaks down barriers that you'd never know. Jesus attracted the irregulars while offending the Bible believing religious people. So the things that because he was attracted to them and spending time with them and eating with them, it really bugged what they thought was the normal. The Sadducees and Pharisees and all the Bible speaking people. But we, the church today, don't have that kind of effect on people, because when he also drew the irregulars to him, Jesus would show up and they'd come from everywhere, but he drew the irregulars to him because he spent time with them and got to know them, and they wanted to find out about this guy. But in today's society, we don't have that kind of effect on people. We draw the conservative people, we draw the moralistic people, we draw the average cookie cutter people that we like to hang to, that will actually come and visit at the church. But the liberated, the broken, the marginal people, they kind of avoid church nowadays. Have you noticed the trend? People don't even want to have anything to do with church anymore. And here's the deal. If we don't have the same effect on people as Jesus did in his days, where we can draw everybody in and not just those that fit into our bubble or fit into the lifestyle that we think they're into, then you know what? Maybe we as a church might be declaring the wrong message. We're not declaring the same message Jesus did. And that's what I want you guys to discuss in your community groups today. Why don't you talk about the way that you interact with the people that aren't considered part of your bubble or they don't fit up to the measures that you think they fit up to, and start putting yourself in Jesus's place. So discuss that and figure out ways that you can be a more effective church to the community that you were in, and be able to spend time and get to know those around you in ways that you probably would never do otherwise. But Christ has got your back. Enjoy your time. God bless you.